Peace Ascald, welcome back to the video. We're continuing our featured fan February series today with our friend Grumwich, so let's just jump into the video. And remember, you can submit battles as well at this email below. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it looks like these are going to be Ultra League Premier battles with Toxicroak, Driftblim, and Magnezone. So we're in this very first match, we're going to see the mirror with Toxicroak, and it looks as if Grumwich is saving his energy. Maybe he's going to try to store up 2 mud bombs before throwing any energy here, but he's going to throw the first mud bomb just shy of having 2 stacked up here. He's going to instant swap Driftblim, which our opponent does make a good call, and they switch to their Snorlax to mirror this. So we're going to get an Icy Wind off with Driftblim here. It looks like this is, I think this is a regular, I can't tell if that's XL or not, Driftblim. Well, let me see the CP. It looks like it's a regular one. Yeah, that looks like a regular Driftblim. At least from the CP it seems. But we're gonna get Icy Wind off here. The Icy Winds are actually helping this Driftblim stay alive, and more than likely the Snorlax doesn't have any moves that can actually hit Driftblim for a good amount of damage. And we see Grumwich switch in Toxicroak here, throw a Sludge Bomb off, they get the shield, Toxicroak comes back in. In comes the Driftblim, throwing that Shadow Ball. In comes the Snorlax again. Yeah, it's kind of interesting to see what will happen here, because that Snorlax has a hefty amount of energy on it. We do see the superpower. This should be another one, but I think because of the attack drop, Magnezone should be okay at surviving. It's a Empoleon in the back. Wow, what a lucky backline there. This should be a pretty good scenario for Magnezone. As you can see, that is a one-shot. And Grumwich can pretty much finish up this match with a mirror shot, and that is GG. Good stuff. Let me try to see what this Driftblim is. Okay, so in this one we get a Dragon Breath Charizard lead, and Grumwich decides to switch to Driftblim, which the opponent decides to switch in Snorlax in response. This is a pretty good switch for our opponent as well. Interesting to see Dragon Breath. Personally, I feel like Dragon Breath Charizard is better in Open Ultra League than in Premier, but that's like my personal opinion. Anyways, so this is an interesting situation because Snorlax, I feel like normally is running Body Slam, Superpower, the occasional Earthquake, Outrage, but still Outrage would be the best move against this Driftblim. All of its energy, as you can tell, the opponent decided they were just gonna save it. Yeah. So yeah, this is definitely just a regular Driftblim, probably close to a hundo. I don't think it's a hundo. Hundo is 2382. Anyways, so in comes the Magnezone on Charizard. They don't show the mirror shot. I was gonna call him not to go for a wild charge. A little risky, but better not to drop your defenses like that. Magnezone is definitely one of those Pokemon that's a little tough. The Pokemon that have like close combat or wild charge, you always have to kind of build a lot of energy on them and then play the guessing game. So we have this Ampharos, and our opponent decides to throw a Thunder Punch at Grumwich here, and he does a decent job of getting the shield from Grumwich. But as you can tell, Grumwich is still in a decent position. I mean, he brings in, he brought his Driftblim just to die. In comes the Magnezone, he just brings it back in. And a lot of Thunder Punches are stored up here, but this should be enough to knock out Magnezone. I know he was scared of that Focus Blast, but this honestly seems like a pretty good position. Even if they have double Body Slam, it's not going to be enough damage. And I think Toxicroak should be able to farm down before we see another move from Snorlax. And then we can just throw that Mud Bomb off, and that's a game there for Grumwich. So far in this set, Grumwich has gone 2-0. Also, if any of you are interested in submitting battles, it can be in any league, but at least from this season, screenshot your journal to prove that that set is legit. But I'm doing a series this month called Featured Fan February. This is our second video. We have Sassifrass versus Toxicroak, by the way, which is a pretty good situation for Toxicroak, especially since a lot of times these Sassifrass like to run Night Slash and Leaf Blade, which both those moves are not effective on Toxicroak. So in comes Charizard. Gromwich is gonna try to throw energy, switch in Magnezone. This is pretty decent, but you don't want to get hit by the Blast Burn, of course. But I think Gromwich may try to bait here. Okay, he does actually try to bait. If our opponent doesn't want Charizard to die, he's going to shield, and there you go. He shields, Wild Charge is coming next, and Charizard will be knocked out for sure. Some of you may know I've taken a long hiatus from playing GBL. That's why there's been a lack of uploads over the past month. But over the past couple nights, I've been running that Heracross team that Coach submitted. And I'm actually at 2840 ELO right now. So I'm still going to try to hit Legend. The break was nice, but I really desperately needed that break. Yeah, so I'm going to focus on doing Featured Fan February this month, outside of all the other videos I'm planning on posting. But I will probably try to hit Legend and post that video as well. We'll see. Maybe I'll do some Love Cup. I'm not entirely sure yet. The state of the game has been a little irritable to me. But it is kind of fun to do post-commentary on other people's matches. So we get an Abomasnow lead here against Toxicroak, which isn't good for our opponent. They decide to switch in Lowen Muck, which leads me to think Toxicroak is actually really powerful against this opponent. You don't really have to... I guess the Sludge Wave could end up doing a lot of damage here, but I didn't think Toxicroak had much to fear from a Lowen Muck. But I think Gromwich is thinking the same thing. Whenever he saw the Muck come in as a safe swap, he probably thought, oh, Toxicroak is really good here. And as you can tell, they have a Swampert. And I think what Gromwich is probably going to do... okay, he's actually just going to let it go. I think it's a pretty solid play, because he's probably just going to bring Drifblim on the Swampert. Yeah, that's exactly what he does. So, we're going to see Drifblim here doing a thing. And... Icy Wind, shenanigans, and bam, there you go. In comes the Abomasnow again. And honestly, Magnezone can do some... I mean, it's not gonna... Steel is good against Ice, but vice versa, the Abomasnow doesn't really have much to hit Magnezone here, so obviously you want to be hitting them with these mirror shots. And lucky for Gromwich, he ends up getting an attack drop, which is pretty nice. Not gonna act like that's not a good situation to be in. Yeah. See, he can save the shield. He could maybe... I don't think it's smart. I don't know if he could farm here, honestly. I feel like he's gonna try to. Okay, so he's gonna switch out, and I think this is game, because he should be able to knock out Swampert here. He gets there right in time with the Icy Wind, and Abomasnow is gonna come in, and I think it's going to die before it can farm down, so it would have to throw energy, which would only mean Magnezone wins upon coming back in. But yeah, I gained over 400 points in the past 3 days. I stopped playing because I was just so stressed out. I think I played occasionally. I'm not going to get into it right now. Let's just focus on this battle. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to hit Legend and just be done with that for the season, because this has been a long ass season. I'm glad I could actually take off a few weeks and it didn't really matter at all, which is very nice to know, because one of the things I didn't like about the current state of GBL is the desire, the need to, or the desire to want to play all of your sets. I think it's better to take breaks and pace yourself. At least this season has shown me that that's a pretty healthy way to go about it. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so as you can see, Gromwich has no shields. Our opponent has 2 shields stacked up against him. I'm wondering what he's going to pull off here. Kingdra comes in, he's going to throw a Mud Slap, or Mud Bomb, excuse me, and they don't shield. He undertaps just to get a little bit of energy. Pretty smart decision there. That way he can throw Sludge Bomb out here. We're going to get the shield, and he's going to switch in Magnezone. I imagine this play is primarily just to get that Blast Burn. He's not even going to play games here. He's just going to throw that move, the wild charge, get that shield. He wants to pretty much get hit by a blast burn here. And yeah, that's game. Yeah, he didn't have a way to deal with that. Yeah, that was a tough one. That last one was pretty tough. But good games, that was a 4-1. Again, ladies and gentlemen, if you wanted to consider submitting some battles for me to do some post commentary here on the channel, consider sending them to this email below. Make sure you screenshot your journal so I know it's a legit set. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, consider liking, subscribing. I'll be putting out more content this month. It's Pokemon Day this month as well, so the Stat Squads are going to try to reach. You guys have a good morning, evening, afternoon if you're tuning in. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.